Chapter 8 Embers Within. The air was still and quiet on the outskirts of Solus, where the trees stood back just enough to give space for practice. Caelion stood in the clearing, one hand raised in focus. A faint warmth pulsed in his palm, the same warmth he had summoned in the temple, but now called by his will, not instinct. Arlenna watched with a thoughtful gaze, arms crossed and a patient smile. "Your mana's all over the place," she said, tilting her head. "You're letting too much of it slip out. You need to condense it, Caelion. Rein it in." He gritted his teeth and tried again, closing his eyes and focusing on the energy swirling inside him. But it was wild, restless, it fought against him, refusing to be calmed. The warmth flared and fizzled in an uneven dance between his fingers. Arlenna stepped forward and demonstrated, forming a brittle shield of shimmering light, then quickly reshaping it into a much smaller, denser version. "See? Same amount of mana, twice as effective. It's all about control." Taking a breath, Caelion tried again. This time, with steadier focus, a small orb of fire began to form, unstable at first, but then settling into a focused sphere, hovering just above his hand. "You're getting the hang of shaping it," Arlenna said with a grin. "Especially for fire, it's chaotic by nature. That's impressive." "Can you throw it?" Arlenna asked, a curious glint in her eyes. "I can always try." He wiggled his hands towards a nearby stone, but the fireball clung stubbornly to his palm. Arlenna chuckled. "It's not going to fly just because you shake it off, Caelion. You've got to release it. Think of it like cutting a thread. Snap the flow right at the moment you want to let it go." She guided him again, encouraging him to add a pulse at the moment of release. After a few awkward attempts, the fire finally darted forward in a short but definite arc. "Nice!" Arlenna cheered. "You want to practice that every day. It could come in handy if a certain red-eyed wolf would ever show up again." Caelion nodded, sweat already forming on his forehead. But he wasn't done yet, not even close. "Alright," Arlenna said, shifting her stance. "Now we try something different. Meditation. If you want to understand your mana, you need to feel it, know how it flows, where it pushes, where it resists." Sitting down cross-legged, Caelion closed his eyes and tried to listen inward. The fire inside him stirred almost immediately, like a beast locked in a cage. As he tried to trace its flow, his breathing quickened, sweat running down his head. It's like it's rebelling," he gasped. "It doesn't want to be controlled." Arlenna placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Your fire mana is very stubborn. I don't think you will get this all in one day. I think it's better to rest it for now." She stood again and offered a new challenge. "Let's try mana masking instead." Arlenna knelt beside him, her voice calm. "Don't focus on what's inside you this time. Feel the magic around you. It's leaking out like sunlight. Don't try to draw it back in yet, but gather it close to your body." Still panting but eager, Caelion nodded, closed his eyes and turned his attention outward, attempting to reel in the loose mana that was around him. "You're doing it," Arlenna whispered. "I can barely feel it now." But the moment didn't last. Caelion's skin began to glow faintly, the pressure building too quickly. Suddenly, with a sharp snap, all the mana burst outward in the form of fire. The blast startled Arlenna, who stumbled back a step, eyes wide. "Mana masking is going to be difficult for you," Arlenna said. "Your mana is aggressive, it wants to go everywhere. But if you practice a little each day, it will get easier. Just don't push it too far, Caelion. You let it all go at once just now, it overwhelmed you. Try masking for a few seconds each day. No more. Too much and you won't be able to hold it." As the training cooled down, Arlenna sat beside him and began explaining the many paths a mage could take. There are a few paths a mage can take, how they wield their spells and use them. Two-handed casters are powerful but slow, like wielding a greatsword or a great axe. Two-handed casters are usually accompanied by other people who can defend them when they are casting. You can spot one if they have a staff with them. Then there are the agile mages, Arlenna continued. They wield one spell in each hand, weaving through combat like dancers. Most of them wear enchanted gloves or gauntlets, fitted to their hands, making it easier to cast with speed and precision. What about battle mages? My father used to tell stories about them from the war. Caelion asked. Ah, those, Arlenna smirked. Sword in one hand, spell in the other. Their magic becomes part of their combat style. They inscribe runes on blades, enchant armor. Some of the strongest warriors in history were battle mages. Caelion's eyes lit up. I already know how to fight with a sword, he said. If I can combine that with magic, especially fire, I think I can go far and protect the people around me. Arlenna's smile lingered, but there was a flicker of hesitation in her eyes. It's a good goal, Caelion. But if you truly want to become a battle mage, the kind who can weave fire into steel or carve spells into armor, it's something I can't teach you. She glanced down, fingers absently brushing the edges of her satchel. Not many people nowadays know this kind of magic. Enchanting weapons, inscribing runes into armor. That knowledge is passed down on the mainland of Syldarra, not here. Caelion's expression turned thoughtful. So I would have to leave Solus? That would be a reason to finally go to the mainland. She nodded. Eventually, yes. The kind of strength you're reaching for. It's rare, and rare things often lie far from home. She looked up to him, voice softening. But you're not there yet. There's still so much to learn, and for now, I will help you however I can. With questions still burning and the path ahead uncertain, one thing was clear. Caelion's journey with his newfound magic had only just begun.